called The Gospel Song. And this one's a story song that tells about a true story experience. And it's when I tried out for American Idol back in the day. So it's called The Gospel Song. Hope you enjoy it. I tried out for American Idol, made it through the hardest round. They picked me out of thousands of people, must have liked the way I sound. Just before the next audition, the boss came out, he was on a mission. What he said had my head spinning, he told me how it goes. He said they don't want to hear your gospel song, you're getting too pushy and they won't sing along. Everybody's gonna stare like you did something wrong. We don't want to hear your gospel song. Yeah, that really happened. True story. Well, I'm looking at this world and my songs are needed. I couldn't understand why they couldn't see it. That's why I'm out here all alone just singing. Everybody needs a gospel song. So I found a new stage and I raised my voice. Stood like a man, made my choice. And the tears started streaming out the joyful noise. 'Cause everybody's singing my gospel song. Yeah, that's how it goes. And it goes like this. Everybody needs a gospel song. Let's get together and sing along. There's forgiveness at the cross if you did something wrong. Everybody needs a gospel song. Everybody needs a gospel song. Let's get together and sing along. There's forgiveness at the cross if you did something wrong. Everybody needs a gospel song. Gospel song. Gospel song. Sing that with me. Gospel song. Gospel song. Gospel song. You guys are a great crowd. No one was hurt, nobody died. They all praised God, I guess the devil lied. Amen. Now I wonder what would happen if I never even tried. There's a God up in heaven and he's still alive. Now I fight through the tears as I praise the Son. Ain't nobody leaving until I'm done. 'Cause I've got the gospel, I'm a loaded gun. Come on and sing this gospel song. Everybody needs the gospel song. Let's get together and sing along. There's forgiveness at the cross if you did something wrong. Everybody needs a gospel song. Everybody needs a gospel song. Let's get together and sing along. There's forgiveness at the cross if you did something wrong. Everybody needs a gospel song. Kept singing for another hour. Everyone felt the Spirit's power. You can try to prove me wrong, but everybody needs this gospel song.
Take that, Randy Jackson.
Exactly, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You're a great crowd. That was awesome.
Where can we find your music?
So I have my music up in the Long Building.
Okay.
There's CDs and shirts up there, and I remember you two from last year. We were talking and hanging out. Thank you for asking that. I have a full album called Genuine Melodies, and you can also come live and hear me play tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. I know it's going to be hot, but bring a spray bottle or something and hang out with us. And I don't know if all of you know this, but those tents over there emit mist. So come on out and hang out at the tent, and I'll point at you. That'd be awesome. All right. So Matt Sassano, I think. Do you want to start early, or do you?
I mean, sure.
What do you think, man?
Yeah, man.
You seem like you're on fire, like ready to go, man. You're just,
I don't know about that.
you're just ready to rock.
All right, man.
I don't mind, like, if you have guests or people that are waiting till 4:40 to like, come and rock with you, or.
I want to like hear you guys rock a little more.
Yeah.
I was actually
Okay.
even curious Just about like your American Idol experience, man. Like,
yeah.
What was that like, and like how did they present it to you that they didn't want to hear the gospel song? Was it kind of like a backroom talk? What, like, how did
That's
they
such a
approach
great
that?
question, man.
Yeah, you know what
All
I
right.
mean?
So I love telling this story. This is so good. So when I say it's the hardest round, Joe, he's almost bought into the idea that it's the hardest round because you go from 15,000 people in a stadium to 250 out of that round. Yeah. So I think that's hard. And once you get to that 250, I think they have at least most of their winners picked. Like they know who they know what they're looking for. They know who they're looking for. And so in that first round, it was in New Jersey, and the stadium was filled with people, 14,000 people. It was crazy. And there's no way Randy, Paula, and Simon at the time were going to judge all those. So they don't even show up. There's 26 rows of judges in this stadium. 26 rows like cattle chutes, and they have 4 singers that come through each lane. And so it's basically high pressure. Like, you might not even get more than 10 seconds to sing. But they're like, you, sing. And then you start singing, and they're like, that's enough. You, sing. And they're like, you, sing. And then they're like, you step forward, you 3 step back. Wow. And then they're like, come here, sing for me a little more. And they're like, sing, okay, try this. And then you do it for like 10 seconds, and everybody else is waiting. And then they're like, all right, here's your ticket. You know, and they tell you why. And then they send you off through the main thing, and then you have a second audition. So, did anybody know this before? That's what they do? It's like behind the scenes. Yeah. But you know why they have that big crowd in the stadium is so they can get everybody hype and make this big crowd in the stadium, and they have the camera there, and they're getting the whole crowd that's there all excited about it. Yeah. And that crowd is all auditioners.
It's hype, right?
Yeah, it's all hype.
Yeah.
And so the second audition was in a place called Chelsea Piers, and that's in New York City. And it's not far from the audition spot, the initial audition. Yeah. And when we went in there was 250 chosen, and there's 2 audition groups, and I was in like the first to go through, and so it's like split up into 125, and they give you a sheet of paper, and they say, hey, memorize the song, you probably don't need it, you know, we're not going to judge you on your performance of it, we just need to know you can memorize the lyrics. And then they audition you, but before they're about to audition, the literal boss, Simon Fuller, who's the producer of the whole thing, comes in, and he's just like, by the way, and he just flat out says, we don't want to hear your gospel song. If you got a gospel song, just don't sing it. No. Don't sing it. He's like, no one wants to hear it. It's gonna go over like a lead balloon because we don't push religion on people. And they were just like totally dead set against it in front of all the auditioners. And I'm like, I'm about to sing my gospel song, and like all my rap music is gospel music.
Yeah.
So
were you the only one that had a reaction to that?
Well, I didn't.
Were there a few that like?
No, I'm sure. I don't know because I don't get to see the audition standpoint and how people react. It's all individual. But what blew me away was when I did that second audition, you don't walk in front of 3 judges. You walk in front of all the judges that were in those 26 rows of cattle chutes. So everyone's in the room. Wow. And they all got their laptops and they're folding their arms looking at you like this, and they're trying to be like the worst audience in the world on purpose because they want to make you nervous. And at least that's my perception, you know, because they literally folded their arms and they just like didn't want whatever I had to offer. Like they were trying to mess me up. And it was interesting. So, you know, I don't know everybody's heart in the room. I'm sure the guy that picked me in the cattle chutes was, you know, he was rooting for me, you know, and giving me thumbs up from back in the corner. But the producer's like, they want to see how you do under pressure, you know, so that's the whole point. But after he said that, and after he said don't sing it, then they ended up asking me in that audition, will you sing some of your rap? And I looked at him like, what? Don't they know all my rap music's gospel? And so I did. I started off with a rap lyric, and I was like, washed in the blood of the Lamb, yes I am, but it's not as easy as you think it is, man. And I watched the producer, and he's like,
oh no.
And I was like, I stopped, and he's like, why'd you stop? Why'd you stop?
I wonder, yeah.
Okay. So I was, at that point, honestly, guys, total honesty, I was totally frustrated. I was just like, I'm not giving these people anything else. Like, I don't want to cast my pearls anywhere in this room. So I just totally withdrew, and they were like, well, all right, well, sing that song we told you to memorize. And I knew it by heart. It was so easy. Like, all the lyrics were right there. And I was like, nah, I don't remember. Like, I just totally, and I was done. Like, I was toast. So I just walked out, and I was all disappointed because there's all this anticipation. It's like, all right. My mom was cheering for me, and my dad was all excited, you know. Like, did you get it? Did you get it? No, I don't want to hear my gospel song, you know. So, true story, full disclosure, that's the behind the scenes. Thanks for asking that awesome question. JJ Beauvais, I'll be